Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we are at the Grand Hotel for the annual Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference, as a matter of fact. And so you find people that are here for all kinds of different reasons. And so let me introduce Eric Lupher and Ani Turner. She was making sure, above all, that I said Ani the correct way. Let's hear a little bit about your organizations, and Ani, we'll start with you.
Sure. I'm with Altarum Institute. We're headquartered in Ann Arbor. We're a nonprofit organization focused on health and improving the health of vulnerable populations.
Okay, Eric?
The Citizens Research Council is a 107-year-old public policy research group that is the most trusted voice in Michigan for nonpartisan, independent public policy research.
So 107, you guys should have it right by about now, shouldn't you?
We keep doing our work. We just got to get the legislature and executive branch to pay attention to it.
Well, you know, that's an interesting thing, because I know a lot of people in that area, and you can turn out a lot of stuff. And a lot of times it sits and collects dust on a shelf somewhere. Are you seeing maybe this legislature a little more active or not?
Well, they're certainly more active, and some of our research has been picked up, and you see it. But I think so far the legislature's had their agenda, right? They had and as the dust settles from that, then they'll get into maybe some of the meat and potato issues that really we need to address, that maybe they'll work across the aisle and get into some policy reforms, some issues that really need addressed.
As opposed to some like political jostling.
Well, yeah, you know, they've been dealing with right to work and all that other stuff. It's important to them. Go do your thing, and then when they're ready to get...
Pay attention, that's when you want to get serious.
That's right, yeah.
Ani, what about you?
I think we're here. We partnered together, Altarum and Citizens Research Council, on a big picture, long-term look at Michigan, where we are, where we're headed. So we hope that this study that we're rolling out in pieces here over the summer will provide a common set of facts, a common understanding about some of the challenges that we face as a state. You know, our population isn't growing, we're getting older, number of challenges across all domains, and so we're hoping to provide, again, a common understanding to guide the discussion on both sides of the aisle over the long run.
Honey, it's very bad form to look at me when you say getting older, okay? I just want you... Okay, so let's talk about some of those things. Give me the picture. What are we working on here in Michigan? I know a few of them. I know we don't have enough people. We don't have talent. We don't have enough people coming to the state. You know, we don't have anywhere near enough people coming into the workforce to replace those leaving it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue, is sort of the missing middle. The 18 to 35-year-olds, a lot of our young adults are getting their high school diploma, their college degree, and they're off to another place to set up. And so as we get older, I count myself in that population, who's going to be the next manager? Who's going to be the next middle management? Who's going to be the next nurse and plumber and fill all the jobs of the future? We all want to stay here and enjoy our senior years in Michigan, but if there's no way to do that work, that affects not only the economy, but the tax base and the ability to fund government services. So there's a long, complicated effect to all this.
So you want to comment at all on remote work and the effect that that's having on business and, again, tax base, all those things?
Right. I mean, remote work, the increase in remote work through the pandemic may be an opportunity in the long run for Michigan. If people don't have to travel to where their workplace is, there's more flexibility. I think it's not clear how it's all going to settle out. I know more places are trying to get people to come back at least part-time, a couple days a week. So I don't think we know where the dust is going to settle. We've identified it as a potential opportunity for places like Michigan that maybe have a lower cost of living than other parts of the country, and maybe keep people here who can work remotely.
Well, outside of Pure Michigan, that campaign, we do not plot it what we are and what we have here enough.
Well, and Pure Michigan to date has all been bring your vacation dollars here, spend your money and go home. We need to change that, and I think they're working on it. Come here, be part of our community, stay here, raise your family here.
We have the lifestyle you're seeking.
That's right, and a beautiful environment around us, and obviously a lot of opportunities. So we need to do a better job of telling our story, I think.
So tell me how you guys are funded.
11 different foundations throughout Michigan funded the study.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, and that's holding up.
Yeah.
Okay. Long as their portfolios perform, right?
That's right. Yeah, for this project, it was a lot of foundations coming together, and so parlaying that into telling the story, and I think throughout the whole summer we'd be able to continue to roll this out and draw people's attention. It's been 50 years. We haven't been growing as a state, and it's not going to turn around on a dime, but we got to start paying attention to it now and making the changes to affect the future.
So it's a matter of in the next year or two getting louder.
Getting louder.
Yeah.
I think we're going to hear from the governor tomorrow, some ideas on addressing these issues, and that's a good start.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And she has a pretty firm commitment to education. And you know, the other thing I'd like to say is I think for too many years we oversold the baccalaureate. I think training, we need to put a lot of emphasis on training.
Well, regardless of the education, regardless of the training, make people understand that there's opportunities here, right? So we've got great universities if people want to go that route, but it's important that once they get that degree, they stay here.
Yes.
Well, Eric and Ani, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Continued good luck. Give us updates on this, because we want to know not just what's going on with it, but what's being implemented, because that's important, right? All right. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, coming to you from the Grand Hotel. We're here for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce and their annual policy conference. We'll be right back with more.